Good blessed throwback Thursday, October the 29th, 2020. Time for change, time for a vision, new vision. The time being about 1:57 p.m. I greet all human beings all around the world with the universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. It doesn't matter whether you are a hater or a supporter. It doesn't matter what your political, philosophical, personal, or religious beliefs may be. It doesn't matter whether you're the richest or the poorest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't matter whether you're the proclaimed toughest to the proclaimed weakest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't even matter whether you like me, my YouTube channel, whether you give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, whether you're my family, friends, nor my proclaimed enemies. I greet you all with that same universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. First, I want to encourage everybody to go out and vote. And people ask me, what do I think about blacks that vote for Donald Trump? All I can do is encourage them and tell them some reasons why I feel that they shouldn't vote for him. But I am not going to look at them as being an ignorant black, because they have a constitutional right to vote for whoever they want to vote for. I'm not going to vote for Donald Trump. I'm going to vote for Biden and Harris. And like I said before, not that I think that they are the two best persons to run this country, but there's nobody else running against Donald Trump. People got to wake up, Everybody that call themselves Republicans is not for all people, just like everybody call themselves Democrats is not for all people. There's two politicians that I can remember, and they was two good brothers, man. Ralph Metcalf and Harold Washington. May they both rest in peace. I believe Ralph Metcalf ran in the Olympics with Jesse Owens, I believe back in 1936, when they was running against Germany. And I think Adolf Hitler said Jesse Owens was so fast, he said he had to be half horse. But I want to just show y'all something. Those of you all that continue to always thinking Democrats is the one to vote for, let me show you how strong Harold Washington was. He was a Democrat. Democrat to the heart. Those who don't know who Harold Washington was, he was the mayor in the 1980s during the time I was working on the ambulance. He was a Democrat, but he ran on an independent ticket. That goes to show you an independent ticket, whether you're a Democrat or Republican, if you don't see eye to either one of them parties, you have enough people to push you in there if you're going to do the right thing. Harold Washington did the right thing. You see, that second term, he was so powerful. Y'all know the story. They claim he died of a congested heart failure, but not too long before he died, a week or two before he died, he had a checkup and had a clean bill of health. But I want y'all to wake up, get out there and vote. Black folks, it don't seem like we got any leaders or any groups that's really concerned with all these killings of blacks. They concerned about when police kill them, because the leaders and these lawyers, they encourage the parents. They don't even let the parents get enough time to mourn the death of their child. And you're going to see Benjamin Crump, Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton and some of these other people, you're going to see them coming on them, had them people on the camera. They even had in Philadelphia, they had this rapper that just got killed. They had his little bitty kids out there on the mics and you know, to each his own. But it be all about money. And then another thing, those of us that know our children is out there on drugs or got mental problems, let's not wait until, like with Whitney Houston, may she rest in peace. Let's not get to coming around once they done OD'd or once they done did something that they wouldn't normally do if they wouldn't have had mental health issues or they wouldn't been on drugs. Try to help them beforehand. You see, I've never been on heroin or crack, but I've helped many of people come from Chicago and brought them down here and helped them rehab. It was their choice if they went back. It's something important now I want to show the people down here in Charleston, Missouri. Some of y'all from Chicago that live in Charleston, Missouri, and those are some of y'all that's still living in Chicago and other places know what I'm saying is true. I took y'all on a tour. I took y'all on a tour of the Cabrini Green row houses. That's the only part of Cabrini Green left. And if you notice, I said one side of the street where you seen my two daughters go on. You see what I'm saying? On the east side of the street, on the west side of the street, those was the only part open. That street was called Cambridge, but the other side of Cambridge been closed for about 7-8 years. Now, they gave contractors, some blacks, to fix them things up. It didn't go through. And, you know, it's been in limbo for a while. But I want to give y'all a tour of these projects in Charleston, Missouri. And if y'all don't be careful, talk to some of the brothers that lived in Cabrini Green and see how they tore them down and they getting these multi-million-dollar condos where you ain't going to be able to move back in them. Ask the brothers and sisters that grew up in Robert Taylor's, Stateway Gardens, the Ickeys, the Henry Hornets. If y'all don't be careful, they ain't going to build what they building up there. What they gonna do, because I can see it down here in Charleston, Missouri, they finna get them farmers this land right back. But I'm gonna give y'all a tour on it. You see, people like me, they tell them to get out of the South. That's what they told Martin Luther King. People like me, they don't want to hear my voice. See, I don't get paid to do what I do. I don't look for the news medias. You follow what I'm saying? I don't look for the television shows, because it's not a game. You see what I'm saying? This is real. You see, I don't wait until the police kill somebody. And then sometimes you got to look at the fact, what do you expect? Even though I'm not saying in Philadelphia that it was justified, because I haven't seen the whole tape when they just shot this young brother in Philadelphia that was coming supposedly coming at them with a knife. You see, I went to the penitentiary 3 times because people was coming towards me with weapons. Police or not, I'm not going to say too many times that don't come back up on me. You see what I'm saying? If you seen a couple of days ago, here's an individual, people say he might be high. I don't care what he high for. He wasn't too high. He didn't go to the white folks' neighborhood, but he come all the way off another street, come in my backyard. What if I'd have shot and killed him? But see, people that say I'm violent, I'm not violent, because if I was violent, the brother would have been dead. But that ain't what I'm about. If I was violent, all the stuff that I done took down here in Charleston, Missouri, in the 24 years I've been down here, I'd be on death row right now. That go to show you I'm not violent. You see, one judge told me he would give me a bond and he wouldn't sentence me, but he felt that if he let me out, he can see the newspaper saying, "Judge let time bomb out." But guess what appellate court judge said? He didn't agree with him. He said, "Mr. Ivey," he said, "you may have violence on your record, but all your violence shows some type of justification because you gave them warning, but the only thing hurt you, they was already a felon. You see what I'm saying? You didn't shoot him 6 and 7 times. When he fell, when your attackers fell, you cease shooting, whether you was illegally carrying a gun or not. You see, I ain't shooting 7 and 8 times. I'm a good shot. I learned from the best. My dad is a World War II veteran. You know what I mean? Sometimes we used to shoot the street lights out in Cabrini Green to get target practice. My daddy had 9 of us. You see what I'm saying? I ain't never hit somebody that I wasn't shooting at. And I'm not proud to say taking somebody's life. But if it comes to somebody else's life and mine, I'm going to protect me. You see what I'm saying? I used to get high and went to the penitentiary one time, and I paid my price because I was wrong. I was high on something that I couldn't control and was with somebody else that they actually did what was done. But I went on and did my time. I didn't tell on him. He told on me. He was older than me. You see what I'm saying? But I'm going to take y'all a tour of these projects. And if y'all don't be careful down here in Charles, Missouri, these same projects that look like row houses, they going to be just like in Chicago. Y'all ain't going to have no place to stay. The farmers going to have all type of land on these things. I'm going to let y'all hear the Dr. Martin Luther King say a few words to y'all. If you pay attention, you might learn something. Go ahead, Doc. Wait a minute. Let me get the Doc for y'all right quick. I'm going to get the Doc in the house in a minute, y'all. Give me a chance here. All right, Doc. Tell him what you want to tell him. Let me get my seatbelt on because I know. All right.
We don't need to utter but 3 words to tell this nation.
Listen with these 3 words he talking about, y'all.
Big words, you don't need to have a great vocabulary.
Now, when I first come down here, this police station used to be open. It's been closed almost 20 years. But it's still safe.
Little words.
It's
we
right.
want to let the world know.
These the projects, y'all.
These words describe what we mean.
Those down there was closed for almost 20 years. But they don't, the city don't own them now. The city don't own them now. They own these.
We don't want a few token handouts here and there. We want all of our rights.
Tell them, Martin. We don't want some. We want all of them, y'all.
The other word is here. There are some people who say that we need to go back to Africa. And then there are some others who tell Negroes in the South to leave the South.
They done told me that, y'all.
You can't be free, so get Alabama and Mississippi and Georgia and South Carolina. We are saying something else now.
What you saying?
We want all of our rights, and we want all of our rights here in Alabama and Mississippi and South Carolina. And then there's a 3rd word. It is the word now. We are not willing to wait 100 years for our rights. We are not willing to wait 50 years for what is ours on the basis of the Constitution of this United States and the authority of God himself.
You see this one part of that roof up there?
Let
me show you what it looked like when we get around the corner, y'all.
We can hear voices telling us to slow up.
All these is projects, those that don't live down there.
To cool off.
That's farmland straight across there, y'all. All that's farmland, all back there.
Too long, and if we keep cooling off, we'll end up in a deep freeze.
Look at that roof, y'all. See, they ain't got to worry about that one because they're going to tear that one down. That's one they ain't got to worry about when they get ready to get that farmland back. Caught on fire not too long ago. They said it took the Charles, Missouri Fire Department and the police to come about 1 hour to come.
Next week, but we want them now at this hour. This is what you say.
Did y'all hear what he said? He said it was 3 little words. You see what I'm saying? It was 3 little words that he uttered out of his mouth, y'all. Did you hear when he said that they told him to lead the South? Some of y'all, the bishop, I see you looking here, Bishop Jermaine Carter and my cuz, Tina Watson. What love got to do with it? That's what Tina said. What love got to do with it? Now, one of my neighbors, I just got through talking to him just a few minutes ago. He said the only reason all this money he put on this house, and his wife was raised in the day. His wife was raised in it, and her husband died, but she got married again to another military man. And they put over $20,000, $15,000, $20,000 in that house. And he told me today, he said, Raymond, I didn't want to move. We didn't want to move, but we got tired of going through the same stuff you going through. They 80-something years old. You see what I'm saying? And that's what some of these people do. They force people out. If I didn't have my daughters and my daddy, I would stay. You see what I'm saying? Leave my doors unlocked. You see what I'm saying? Because we used to do it in Cabrini Green. I think I could do it down here. And not saying that I'm tough, but sometimes you got to let people know you tired. Just like Martin Luther King, they were fighting against white supremacists. Malcolm X, he was fighting against some of the same people I'm fighting against now. Blacks and white supremacists. You see what I'm saying? But them projects, y'all, if you don't wake up, I done seen this town deteriorate. I remember when this town had Walmarts when I got in here. Then it became Alco. I remember when they had a couple of supermarkets down here. But now we only got one. About a month or two ago, it was almost full of Corona, and and now they got a gas leak. You see what I'm saying? They had a newspaper. It's gone. Now they got down here, the biggest three things they got down here, y'all, is parole officers, a parole office that they newly built a few years ago, a new courthouse, a new Mississippi County Detention Center, which is like a Cook County jail. You see what I'm saying? They burnt down the old school barn when the black individual that they had as the director of the bus transportation, after he left, they burnt it down and said it caught on fire so they can rebuild it. You see, that's why they want me out here. Why do you think they want me out of all people out here? Why do you think people come on my property? Why do you think people come threaten me? Why do you think people assault me? You know why? Because I must be speaking about something true. If you look at my YouTube channel and look at some of the comments, now when that guy came on my property, here it is, one of my enemies, one of the guys that's normally my enemies. He said, brother, now white guy, I'm assuming, because he said he had a tree with my name on it. He said, you would be within your rights, brother. He called me brother this time. He had a tree with my name on it, but this time he called me brother. He said, brother, you would have been into your rights. But this one coward, I call this person a coward, whether they a woman or a man, whether they a child or an adult, they are a coward. Use the name Troy Billups. He used the word Troy Billups. Satan keep on disturbing my thing, y'all. But he used the name Troy Billups. Troy Billups said in this video where I was showing all the no trespassing sign, Troy Billups said, oh, you the dumbest person I ever know. Let me show you how dumb a coward this individual is. He said, you talking about killing judges and police and citizens. Show you how dumb he is. You see what I'm saying? Or he or she. If you listen to the video, I said, anybody come on this property again, whether it's a citizen or not, whether it's a illegal immigrant, I don't care what it is. Any human being come on this property, unauthorized, I told him I'm going to kill him. You see what I'm saying? Because you don't supposed to be on here. Then I said, any judges or police, if you don't have a warrant, don't come on my property. Now, when did I say I'm going to kill a judge? Do you think I'm going to say I'm going to kill a judge? That's how ignorant this coward is. Troy Billups, I would like for you to come on the property so you can be the first casualty, the first example that I can show better than telling these individuals. God forgive me, but individuals like Troy Billups, they remind me of the Ku Klux Klan. When they came and hung our people, when they came and got Emmett Till, got hoods on their head and sheets on their shoulders. You cowards. Y'all thank God that I got my daughters and my daddy. Peace be still.